there was hard work done to marry the functionality of this building with the beauty and the art. And so I was walking around here and on this terrace to the seaside on Sunday evening, and from the inside of the spaceship there was like a reddish, bluish glow, like a late summer sky in the north. And so I went to the window, and what I saw was the wood login streets. And that made me feel right at home. So let's talk a bit about LibreOffice on Ubuntu. It all started like in 2011 with LibreOffice 3.3, and I know that very well because they hired me 2 months before that release. And I'd never done packaging before, never done Debian before, never done Ubuntu before, and I had 2 months to get it in shape. And I have to thank René and Debian a lot for getting me up to speed back then, and it's been amazing the journey that went on from there. So this is Ubuntu 11.04 and LibreOffice 3.3 running on it. Then we had 3.4, then we had 3.5, which was the first Ubuntu long-term support release, and I was very happy to have LibreOffice on long-term support release that was supported from Canonical for 5 years. And so LibreOffice 3.5 was the first version that came with that. And then we had 3.6 on 12.10, and then we had the next version and so on. So you can see it came version after version. This is the again a non-LTS version, and at some later point we had the next long-term support release 2 years later. So this is 14.04, Ubuntu 14.04, and it is LibreOffice 4.2 running on it. And since the first LTS was already done, I did the cheapest marketing trick ever and used cat content, at least the cheapest marketing trick since there's the internet, to promote it. So this is, again, supported for 5 years on 14.04. And then we have 4.3 on 14.10 and so on. So you can see 4.4 is the last release that was released in spring, and so this is all the releases that we have done with Ubuntu and LibreOffice, and we can be very happy to have LibreOffice as a part of the Ubuntu desktop. I'm immensely happy with it, especially if you compare it over the history. So you can see here the Ubuntu versions, and this is the first LTS version, the second LTS version, and the LibreOffice versions. And here are the names. And I told you that one might win like the Raspberry and stuff if one looks at these, and yeah. And these are the conferences, the LibreOffice conferences that we had during that time of these releases. So you see it's a long history, and of course the next thing to come is this, LibreOffice 5 on Ubuntu 15.10, which will be released officially in the next month, or at the end of the next month, and which is now still called Wily Werewolf, if you see the names. So what's the situation right now? We have the following supported Ubuntu releases. It's 12.04, there's an LTS release, still with which comes with LibreOffice 3.5, 14.04, which comes with LibreOffice 4.2, 15.04 with LibreOffice 4.4, and 15.10, which is then going to be released in the next month.